wake up, wake up. It's the Flow Show, no filter. And yesterday was a crazy day in the Diddy trial. But before I get into it, let me cover my ass. No Diddy. The thoughts, views, and opinions shared on the Flow Show, no filter, are for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional. I am just good, happy TGIF Friday here on the Flow Show, no filter, every day, Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. We here on YouTube Live, Facebook Live. Now it's starting to be like around 9 a.m. because Facebook tripping. But y'all, the prosecution struck back, and Diddy was going off on everybody in the freaking courtroom. More celebs are being implicated. This thing is getting and turned into a complete mess. And I do believe there are going to be more investigations coming. More of these entertainers that are involved in this Hollywood freakoff mess will be going down. So let's talk about it. Before I get into that, real quick, I need a favor from y'all. Now, I am doing this show, and I have something to do. So I had to record it for y'all. Y'all know I go hard to make sure y'all got content every day at 7:30, Monday through Friday. Unless it's a holiday, you know I'm here. You know you could count on me. Count on me. Remember that song? Anyway, I need something out of y'all real quick before I get into this show. I don't want to go into all the details because I don't want to go too far with it. But Buzzsprout, y'all know, hosts this. They host this platform and they send it to Apple and Spotify. I recently had an issue with them. I didn't know what was going on, but I requested like 2 payments. So I get payments from whether it's ads, I get paid, or a lot of it comes from subscribers like y'all who support the show. Well, I requested 2 payments and it took a while and I hadn't got them. So I emailed Buzzsprout and then they said, oh yeah, that I'm thinking it's just a hold up. Maybe it's a backlog. They said, oh, yeah, about that. We wanted to know, there was, they talk about a few weeks ago, a couple subscribers was confused or had questions about the Diddy VIP, whatever, which that was weeks and weeks ago. And we already straightened it out. Y'all know my subscribers and my listeners. Y'all know y'all can hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Y'all can come live in the YouTube chat and ask me whatever. Y'all know I fix everything. Everybody can testify to that. So they held my freaking money. And I'm like, they won't do that. You don't do that to anybody else. I just flat out told them I feel targeted. And I don't like it at all. Now, I will say after I raised hell, they corrected it. So let me get that out the way. But what I need y'all to do, because it pissed me off so much, y'all know I work my tail off. And I don't got time to be playing with nobody. So I was about to say fuck Buzzsprout and just set my podcast up to go directly to through Apple and Spotify before they corrected this shit. But that would probably mean I would have had to take a break for like a week. And I know people count on this. I count on, bringing this. This is our community. And the only thing stopped me was I said, you know what? The people don't have nothing to do with this. So I'm going to push through. But what I need y'all to do, I need all y'all. I don't care if it's subscribers. If you don't subscribe, if you're just a listener, because I need as many emails as possible. I need them to let them know don't be playing around. Don't be targeting me. Treat me like all the other podcasters. I am one of the biggest performing podcasters that uses fucking Buzzsprout. But I need y'all to email support@buzzsprout.com. Let them know, first of all, how you feel about them holding your money that you sending me to support me for no reason. And they knew it wasn't no reason. That's why once I raised hell about it, they got me my freaking money. You don't hold my money. Talking about somebody was confused about some subscription, something. That ain't what Buzzsprout for. Y'all supposed to let you know if y'all having problem getting the content on your phone or whatever, but not talking about what I do with my subscriptions because I want to offer y'all something they want to get in the middle of. No. So I need y'all to email support@buzzsprout.com. First of all, let them know how you feel about them holding the money y'all trying to give to me to support me for my hard ass work. First of all, let them know how you feel about that. And most importantly, let them know how you feel about the Flow Show No Filter and what it means to you and what my hard work means to you, because I do this for y'all. Because other than that, y'all, I was so done with that. I don't even have drama like that. I mind my business. The most venting you're going to see me do is when I'm talking about these stories. Outside of this, I mind my business and stay out of people's way. But I swear to God, I first of all, it was going to be no show today. Absolutely. And then I was thinking, if I got to do all that, it might be a week. So we might not have a show for a week. Just because that was some horrible shit. And they don't do anybody like that. And I ain't going to go into detail of why they did me like that. But I definitely felt targeted, and I told them that. So I'm not saying nothing that I didn't say to them straight email. So please email support@buzzsprout.com. I think the email should also be in the notes. And do me a favor. Let them know how hard I bust my ass and how hard I work. Let them know y'all giving y'all hard-earned money to me to help support me. We don't need them doing no shit like that. It was wrong. They know it was wrong. That's why it got corrected without me changing anything. I didn't do anything different. If it was wrong, I would have had to change some shit or do something. I didn't do anything different. I just raised hell and said, this is not right. And they corrected it or whatever. But like, again, I'm about to get to the Diddy stuff, but I just need y'all. I need y'all to let them know. Send as many emails. I don't give a damn if you're a subscriber or not. If you listen to the show and love the show and appreciate the work I put in, y'all know how I feel about these companies. Let them know how you feel, and we're gonna go from there. So the email is, just to make sure, one more time, and we're gonna get to the Diddy stuff. Just to make sure I got it right. Support@buzzsprout.com. Send them an email. I appreciate everybody, because they need to know, don't come to me with that shit. I'm not the one. I love my community, and I can take it straight through Apple and Spotify if I have to. But I hope we don't have to do that. And I think y'all sending a message, emailing them, I don't care. I want all of y'all to email. As long as y'all can do that, I appreciate it. And then we're going to get on to this Diddy mess. But that blew me, y'all. I was sitting back. I didn't know what was going on. And then to find out you talking about a couple of subscribers was confused a few weeks ago. We done moved on. I done emailed everybody. We good. I said, my subscribers and my listeners, DM me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. I communicate with all of my community. Easily, if you have a problem, y'all know y'all can hit me straight up, and y'all know I'm responsive. So to have some people who don't know shit about the community holding up the money y'all giving me to support, which fucked up a lot of stuff. I was trying to plan the New York, I'm doing stuff, and let me just stop. So please send that email, y'all. I just would greatly appreciate it. Y'all know this is our community, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure y'all get the content. Y'all know that, because I understand how much it means to y'all. It means the same to me, and I told y'all I enjoy podcasters and YouTubers, and I count on them, the ones I listen to and watch. I count on them to post consistently, and so I know y'all count on me. So let's get into this Diddy mess now. First of all, remember that phone? Remember I told you it was a secret phone that Diddy was supposed to turn over or something, and he didn't, and he got messages on there, and the feds got the phone now? Well, they entered it into evidence. And basically in this phone, I'm going to read a little bit of it, but basically this is after the Cassie lawsuit dropped. I mean, after Cassie put her lawsuit out about all the freakoff mess, Diddy knew he was done with Jane at that. Like, Jane could cook his ass extra crispy. So he was sending her messages, trying to butter her up and manipulate her and get her to say that the freakoffs was her idea, and just very manipulative. He's caught up. And so let me read a little bit of it. Jane said something like, I don't know, it's fucked up. I'm just fucked up right now. I can't explain it. And Combs says, I'm here to help. You know what I'm saying? She says, mm-hmm. He says, try and breathe, okay? How can I be there for you? And when you know I can't be on, and you know I can't be on these phones like this, you feel me? He's trying to act like the perfect gentleman and a Romeo, yet he's telling her I can't be on these phones because he knows he's basically about to be either under investigation or is under investigation. This is after, I believe, the raids and everything. He said, I'm asking you. She said, I don't know. Like, it's like I just feel like hypnotized. Combs said, let's get through this together. I mean, come on. Like, let's get through this together. Come on. We got to be, we this something we was having some kinky fun together. Let's not, like, you know what I'm saying? He's trying to coach her into saying she like the freak-offs were no big deal. And she said, yeah, I know that's how you see it, but it's just like, and then it cuts off. And I'm like, so what happened was Diddy recorded this because he was trying to record her so that he would have some proof that the freak-offs were kind of like something she enjoyed and whatever. So by Diddy recording this, then the feds end up getting this phone. They got all this evidence of him manipulating. She said, I just want to know like that, like, I know that's how you saw things. Then Combs says, what are you doing? Are you recording me? What are you talking about? And then Jane is like, what do you mean? I'm in my bathtub. Like, I'm literally like on the ground, like talking to you. I would never do that. Do you know how like long it took me to even write that to you? Like, I didn't even know if I should be writing that to you. Then he says, baby, I think this is what I think it is best. This is what I think is best. You know what I'm saying? That you get some rest. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is trying his best to manipulate her and acting so sweet. And he knows he's cooked, and he knows if he already in trouble for Cassie, he know he in trouble for her. They done did the same shit. She says just the timing of things. Like, just think about just like how crazy it just feels. Chilling that just last week I was telling you, and then it stops. Combs says, baby, I can't be talking on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Please. You know what I'm saying? And then she says, yeah. And it's just, so the feds, this is in the evidence. The prosecution has entered this into evidence, and it goes on for there. It's more and more. It's just more and more the same. Even mentioning Kim K, where he says pray for me. Can you call KK if you need me? Because like I can't even be on the phone. Like, and he tried to keep this phone away from the feds and kept this conversation on there that he recorded, trying to paint a narrative. He's trying to paint a narrative here. Crazy, crazy stuff. He just sunk himself. They talking about this is obstruction of justice because he tried to keep this phone, even though it was under the warrant. He tried to keep this phone away from the feds. They ended up getting it anyway, I guess, when they arrested him. I'm still up in the air about how they even got this phone. So now I painted that. Now we get to the good stuff. Remember when Jane talked about she was flown out to Vegas for someone's birthday party, and then some freakoff mess went on? Well, word around the campfire in the streets, even 50 Cent said it, that unnamed rapper that she went with, and it was him and his wife, is none other than Kanye West. Now, that hasn't been all the way confirmed, but 50 said it. I did a video where it all lines up because in January, Kanye's wife, Bianca, celebrated her birthday in Vegas. And I put up the post. This is all on Google. Now, remember, that's where she saw Anton. Okay, so Anton, it appears that there was a freak off going on. There's about 7-8 people watching. And Anton was paid to have sex, perhaps, with Kanye's wife. We don't know for sure who they all was watching. But from all the evidence, that's what appears what happened. But we do pretty much can know that Kanye was there, according to even 50 Cent. He posted it on his Instagram. He said, this is why Kanye was acting so, was so for Diddy, because he said he was in Vegas with that dirtbag. You know who he talking about. Obviously, he talking about, you know who. Can't, you know, it's very touchy. But anyway, remember, she also said that unnamed rapper asked her about who else was down for this freak-off type stuff, like an Anton. And then that's when she brought in Cabral. Y'all know that one name. Cabral. And they connected. Now, this is crazy because if the feds start investigating and asking Anton and Cabral what the hell been going on, that's going to bring Kanye into it. But Diddy already brought Kanye into it. As a matter of fact, this is how crazy this day was. From anonymous source, this comes from the Hip Hop Canada. But I've heard it all over social media that Kanye West was barred from the Diddy trial. He actually tried to show up. Many people speculated it, but now here's a publication saying Hip Hop Canada has exclusively confirmed through an anonymous source that Kanye West and his partner arrived at the courthouse this morning intended to observe the trial. However, prosecutors stopped them from entering the courthouse, citing concerns about security, decorum, and potential witness intimidation. The situation delayed the start of the morning session, according to our source. The court has not commented publicly, but the incident reflects growing sensitivity around celebrity presence during a trial already under intense public scrutiny. This is getting crazy. Do y'all understand? Now, people are like, well, I thought Kanye was on Diddy's side or Diddy was on Kanye's side. I believe right now Diddy is on Diddy's side. And maybe he's being cool with Kanye, but he's actually not. He's being his same old manipulative self. It's the defense team that keeps bringing up this Vegas mess, which is implicating Kanye West, perhaps. If we are to believe what everybody's saying and all the receipts I put up. Go to my Instagram, Flow Daddy Flow, if you want to check it out, or Facebook or TikTok. The Flow Show No Filter on TikTok. No. Actually, Flow Daddy Flow Backup on TikTok. But I laid it all out. But it's like whether Kanye is being close with Diddy or helping Diddy or at any rate, Diddy has brought him fully into this mess. Whether they working together or Diddy just working for himself and Kanye don't have a choice, that's to be determined. But we know that Diddy, in his defense, is the one that keep talking. As a matter of fact, they keep talking about Vegas, but another thing that's crazy. Diddy was going berserk in the courtroom, and he had his attorneys going crazy because they are saying all these names need to be named, revealed. Jane Doe, the unnamed rapper, and all of that. And why would you want to do that? That's throwing Kanye under the bus or whoever. But basically, Diddy's saying, look, this is a public trial, and he want to put everybody on blast. But he just basically want to pull more people into it. It's crazy. Another thing, remember she kept coming about Bear was helping her. This was another rapper, Bear, or unnamed rapper. She just was calling him Bear. Bear sent her money, helped her here, helped her there. She called Bear a longtime friend. Also said that the unnamed rapper she went to Vegas was a longtime friend. But if you remember, Kanye West was known for wearing that bear mascot stuff. Bears mean something to Kanye. All of this is just something, or it could be nothing, but it's too many coincidences. Too many. So, and this is what I don't like either. This is why we don't know who we can trust. This is why we have our own community to talk about these facts and say whatever we think, because now, I don't know, maybe the prosecution is doing it to protect the case, but the prosecution was arguing they're the ones want to keep all these celebrity names secret. And I'm like, why? Why do regular people get their names spilled out, but you can't even mention these celebrity names? That's why I don't know who to trust. They say this same prosecutor did this in the Epstein case, protected all these celebrity names. I don't think it's right. I really don't. I don't think it's right that all the common people get named, but the celebrities who doing the same foul stuff, whoever was at whatever this unnamed rapper is, why he ain't being named? Even Diddy and his legal in the defense are saying we want everybody named. Yet the prosecution is standing on, no, we don't want nobody named. I'm like, I don't know about that. That's why I don't like that. Be fair to everybody. Now, I will say there's a chance that the prosecution could be doing this to protect the case, but I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. But it just don't seem fair. It don't seem fair that you and me get named like it ain't shit. But you protecting these celebrities, talking about an unnamed rapper, like you can't name the rapper. So let's get into a couple of these articles, y'all. I think I done laid enough of the foundation and let y'all know kind of what the hell is going on. And we'll get a little bit more of the details. Let's see. Matter of fact, let's talk about, I got an article about this. Okay, this is from the Associated Press. This is about the names. Associated Press says, Sean Diddy Combs' lawyer complains about trial secrecy as famous rapper names goes unmentioned. Now, why did the defense want these names, but the prosecution protecting these names? I don't know. So it says a lawyer for Sean Diddy Combs protested the rising tide of secrecy at the hip hop icon's federal sex trafficking and racketeering trial on Thursday, after Combs and the public were excluded from arguments over whether another famous rapper's name could be disclosed. Defense attorney Mark Agnifilio complained to Judge Aaron Subramanian after Combs was excluded from a meeting outside the courtroom between lawyers and the judge. That meeting delayed the final day of week-long testimony from a woman identified in court by the pseudonym Jane, who dated Combs from 2021 until his arrest, which was in September of 2024. Yeah. When her emotional testimony ended, she hugged the prosecutor, Maureen Comey, in front of the jury, which would have drawn an outcry from the defense, except she hugged defense attorney Tenny Garagos too. Her testimony likely helped both sides. She admitted to still loving Combs, but she says she now resents that she felt forced to have sex with strangers to satisfy his sexual fantasy. They argue to name all these celebrities, y'all. Yet the prosecution is fighting tooth and nail to keep these celebrities' names hidden. What a day. Kanye West trying to get inside of the courtroom and deny him and his wife, allegedly. Let's talk about this. Another article. This comes from Business Insider. Combs' ex said he sulked after she went to another rapper's sex performance. Now, this is the whole drama behind the freakoff that happened in Vegas. You know, the one that they end up fighting about, and they got into it. Diddy allegedly put his hands on her. Allegedly, she put her hands on him at home. So let's get into it. This is from Business Insider. When Sean Diddy Combs learned his girlfriend went to another rapper's freak-off, he freaked out, the woman testified. Jane, under the pseudonym for one of Combs' accusers, said on the witness stand this week that Combs sulked and threw a fit after discovering she attended a sex party hosted by another hip-hop star months later. And that's allegedly Kanye. And they said this is a rapper who's an icon and also married. It's only a few of those. So it's not hard to guess who they're talking about. In her testimony, Jane said she attended the event hosted in Las Vegas hotel room in January 2024 when she believed her relationship with Combs was on a break. Combs learned about it in June after that year while looking at her text messages. She said he felt like his heart sank because she went to a freakoff without him. Not to mention, she met up with Anton, one of their freakoff sex workers. She ran into him because he was giving somebody the business in front of people. Y'all, what the hell Hollywood been doing all these years? It ain't just itty bitty Mohawk Diddy with the Tootsie Roll. Apparently and allegedly, it's all these freaky bastards. But right now, it's itty bitty Diddy, itty bitty Mohawk Diddy that's on trial. Combs' lawyer, Tenny Garagos, revisited the incident while cross-examining Jane yesterday. Mr. Combs again started saying, I can't believe you went outside of us. I can't believe you went to another man's freak-off. Listen to this. Like, this is a crazy, these arguments, you arguing about somebody going to another freak-off. Jane responded simply yes. Neither Jane nor any lawyers uttered the name of the other high-profile rapper in open court. They being secretive, y'all, but one thing about it, the internet is going to find out. Now, on Thursday, Garagos said the rapper was very close with Mr. Combs and was an icon in the music industry. Who the fuck is that? Combs and the other rapper had an ongoing personal and professional relationship. Jurors were asked about their knowledge of a list of other celebrities who had some connection to the trial. Prosecutors haven't accused any of them of wrongdoing in this case. Prosecutors have accused Combs of sex trafficking, racketeering, yada, 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 and freak-offs. Y'all know that. They're trying to paint these as consensual. Now, the January 2024 incident in Las Vegas indicates that at least one other celebrity hosted a sex performance which Jane understood Combs saw as a lifestyle. The house of cards is falling the fuck down. Hollywood, or should I say Hollyweird, is in complete and utter shambles right now. You got celebrities can't get inside the courtroom. Shit, I was able to get inside the courtroom. These celebrities, their name is mud these days, and I like it. Jane said she was invited on a trip while speaking to a friend who is the rapper's cousin. Who is that rapper's cousin? The group was going to Las Vegas to celebrate the birthday of the rapper's girlfriend, and she joined them on his private plane. Now, let me stop for 1 second and go to my receipt because, you know, Flo had a receipt. I don't just shoot from my hip. Y'all know I always spell it out because I want y'all to see what I see, what's making me say what I'm saying. I got to go to the receipt. This is from page 6, January 2024. Kanye's wife, Bianca Censori, rocks tiny bikini top while celebrating her 29th birthday. The wife of Kanye West nearly had her entire chest on display in a barely there bikini top as she celebrated her 29th birthday in Las Vegas on Saturday. The date of this article is January 6, 2024. And you know they call her wife. They were calling her girlfriend at the time. There's always been confusion. And even in the court, even on TMZ, they said this unnamed rapper and his girlfriend or wife. I can't make this up. But I think Diddy just detonated the whole bomb and he ready. He want all celebrity names named. And all his lawyers, man, they said it was a huddle around Diddy and he was checking and dogging all his attorneys. Like, make it happen. I want everybody named, but it's not happening. But Diddy is ready to bring down everybody. I guarantee you this, there are more investigations either already happening or about to happen. Because all they got to do now is start interviewing and investigating and interrogating these sex workers. Because now the game has been exposed. These illegal sex workers have been doing this with Kanye and who knows else. Who else was those 7 or 8 people who was in there watching? They wasn't Joe Blow from down the street. Those had to be celebrities. Man, the fuck? I was just yesterday saying that the prosecution need to get some momentum, and damn sure they did. Mr. Cohn was damn near crying. Talking about, I can't believe you went to another man's freakoff. He can't believe it, y'all. She said she only went. Jane said she only went because her and Sean Combs was on a break. Combs learned about it in June of that year while looking at her text messages. And like I said, that's when his heart sank. She said Mr. Combs started saying, I can't believe you went outside of us. Jurors were asked, but look, back it up. And they said that Combs and the other rapper had an ongoing personal and professional relationship. Jurors were asked about their knowledge of a list of celebrities who had some connection to the trial. Prosecutors haven't accused any of them of wrongdoing. This is crazy. So I don't know who this rapper's cousin is, but that's how Jane got invited. The group was going to Las Vegas to celebrate the rapper's wife's birthday. After they landed, now remember they all on a private jet together. After they landed, the group went out to play into a celebrity dinner. According to Jane. To Jane's surprise, another person at the dinner was a man named Anton. The same Anton from the sex freak-offs with Diddy and her. After the post-dinner trip to a strip club, the unnamed rapper invited Jane to a hotel room. That's when she saw Antoine having sex with another woman on a bed while a small group of people watched. She said the rapper's wife was also present at the sexual performance. So we don't know if she was just there watching. Different versions of the story. She's just watching. Some versions she's part of it. Let's just assume she's watching. I'm tired of visioning all these freak-offs and all these women in freak-offs and all these women we know in freak-offs. I don't know. Jane says, I remember I walked in and Antoine was having sex with a woman. Everybody was watching, she testified. Jane said she and the rapper engaged in a little flirtatious banter and that she left after 20 minutes. Listen to this. Sorry, I got a pop-up coming up. all these damn pop-ups. So she said she was only there for 20 minutes. Now, who knows? Look at these pop-ups, y'all. And this is Business Insider. What are y'all having all these pop-ups for? Like y'all some corn site. So she was only there for 20 minutes. Wow. He said something along the lines that he thought I was beautiful, talking about the rapper, and he always wanted to blank me, meaning wanted to do that. Jane said Thursday, censoring herself. Jane said she and Combs were on a break and it was necessary to tell him about the incident. Combs learned about it anyway in June, and the two were spending time with each other again and had invited Anton to her home. Boy, another freak off. Here go Anton. Anton is busy. Anton get busy. He stay busy. He booked. Jane testified that the two had gotten into a heated argument, which we talked about, with each other earlier, yelling, screaming. Remember, she ended up with black eye. And they still had a freak off. After the fight, Combs saw the text messages on her phone referencing Las Vegas, the freak off involving that other rapper. As Antoine was arriving, Jane told Combs about the event. He felt betrayed. And then that's when he went into that. And he like, wait a minute, you telling me something and you got a corn star having something over on me? Did you just cheat on me? Did you just slip away from us? Y'all, you can't make this shit up. Combs pulled her into the bathroom and handed her a pill of ecstasy. She says, I remember him opening his hand with the pill in it, and he said, take this fucking pill. Take this effing pill. You're not going to ruin my effing night, she said, quoting Combs. Jane said that after she had sex with Anton, while Combs watched, Combs remained emotionally distant. She said the moments after the freak-offs were when she and Combs could connect and cuddle with each other, but that night, Combs remained upset about the freak-off that he wasn't around. She said he just said, like, I can't believe you cheated on me. I can't believe you went outside of us. Jane said Combs believed it was a violation within the lifestyle for her to attend another man's freak-off. Unbelievable. I understood that he was trying to reference that we were part of some sort of lifestyle and that I betrayed him by being a part of someone else's lifestyle moment. What the hell is going on? Now, today, they should be finishing up with, they actually finished with James. So today, they got Jonathan, the assistant, and a couple people who are going to explain different things, like they're going to explain RICO, some summary witnesses. And the prosecution is looking to rest their case Wednesday or Friday of next week. Thursday is Juneteenth. So that's why it's between Wednesday and Friday. But between this obstruction of justice and between this freak off mess with maybe Kanye, or Kanye showing up to the court, I don't know what's going on. But what a difference a day make, because it seemed like the defense had some momentum, and then just like that, it's like watching a fucking basketball or football game. Just like that, the momentum changes, and Diddy and the defense team are in a frenzy. Oh, man. I did not expect any of this at all. At all. So as of right now, where we stand, we waiting for the other witnesses, but it's so much drama going on with this Diddy situation. I don't know what the hell is going on. I had another thing I wanted to add to this. Let's see. Hold on. Boom, 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 boom. It was a redirect, a cross-examination. The defense and prosecution went back and forth today. And the defense ended simply saying, could you have left? And Jane responds, yes, meaning could you have left the freakoffs? Now, one other name that has been mentioned, I just don't think this name is quite as strong as Kanye, and I don't think he ever considered anybody a wife. That's why I don't think it's Rick Ross. So I'm just letting you know what people are saying. I don't think it's Rick Ross. I think it's Kanye. But it was a very busy morning, and they are really fighting over this secret phone. I think we need to talk a little bit more about that. So the secret phone, Diddy recorded himself talking to Jane and trying to coach her into saying that all the freak-offs were cool, no big deal, but she wasn't going for that. So then they filed this motion. Said, we submit a letter regarding our objections to certain exhibits the government expects to use during Jane's testimony. As outlined in the government's email to the court, exhibits include text messages as well as entries that Jane wrote in her phone, notes app which she used as a diary during the relationship with Combs. With respect to the notes, the government takes an unduly broad view. Certain notes should be excluded entirely for failure to meet temporal requirement because they were created after Ms. Ventura filed her lawsuit. Jane read that lawsuit and the government began its investigation. It's been so much drama with the text messages, with the phone. And at the end of the day, we back to what we were saying before. Diddy is cooked. Let me see if they got any more information about who will be testifying next. Let's see. It's been a crazy day. Crazy, crazy day. They were talking about cash in the safe. Although Gina will not be testifying, George Kaplan testified about violence against her. Gina was identified as victim number 3. Judge said, I will look back at this. Hopefully this helps with the charts. If you have to. The government says, I apologize. And the judge said I was still talking. It's all kind of tension going on in that courtroom. They brought up Gina's name. And about the messages, the government says the messages are within the scope of each employee and agent's authority. This is a chat between the defendant and KK, Fahim and Robin, his account. We will redact the first message about purchase of a Maybach truck. These are the messages between Diddy and KK, Christina Courtroom on, I believe, that secret phone. Yeah, like I said, Cabral was mentioned. Paul was mentioned. These are all sex workers. Anton was mentioned. They even talked about she get $5,000 a month for child support. Yeah. The prosecution is very confident now. Between this secret phone that they were able to get into evidence so far. Oh, juror number 6. Also, I think the judge is going to have to make a ruling on that today. I think the judge is going to have to make a ruling on that, whether they're going to remove juror number 6 or not. What people are saying, the judge still not, this is the latest. The judge still has not ruled on whether to remove juror 6, who is black, from the case. Whatever decision that the judge makes on this issue will be huge. Seems like we have had 2 to 3 days of testimony since the government filed their motion, but still no ruling from the judge. To me, if the judge removes that juror now, it will have more impact than if the juror had been removed earlier. All the government victim witnesses have concluded their testimony, and the government is almost finished with their case. Also, yesterday, jurors bonded with each other and developed friendships with other jurors. So the longer this issue drags on, the more devastating it will be for the juror being removed and for the remaining jurors. The judge is not doing anything improper. I am just pointing out the practical implications of a late decision to remove the juror. Obviously, it would be very good for Diddy if the juror was allowed to remain on the case. And I agree with this certain publication. It almost looks like he's not going to remove the juror at this point. If he waits this long and does it, it is going to be devastating. And if that juror has friends, they're going to be devastated. I don't know. Now, obviously, by Jane attending another freakoff, even though she was only there 20 minutes, and even though she didn't do anything, it does lend a little credence that maybe she wasn't coerced for those on the other side of that. Now, with all the examples that we have, I don't believe that's the case, but that does look better for the defense that she went to a freak-off on her own. But it's possible that Diddy may feel or Diddy may know that Jane did more at that freak-off than she's letting on, which is maybe why he was trying to get Kanye West involved. Maybe Kanye West was testify and say that she actually participated in a freak-off. She wasn't just watching. I don't know. I'm just speculating. And then that would perjure her or at least make her look like a liar because she said she didn't do anything. So many twists and turns. Y'all, my brain is fried after the day. My brain is fried. I don't know how else to explain it. All I know is Diddy, who we already know is known for playing dirty pool, is back to his old tricks. Is why I gave him the name Mohawk Diddy. Today he pulled a Mohawk Diddy. He pulled Kanye in it, whether they on the same team or not. He left Kanye no choice by pressing and pressing and pressing about this Vegas trip. If it's Kanye, this is all alleged. We still waiting to find out who the hell it is. But even 50 Cent said it. And I think 50 Cent knows what the hell his baby mama is doing. I mean, wow. Just wow. So as we get ready for another day, another Friday of testimony, who knows what the day will bring. But let me shout out one of my beautiful and appreciative subscribers. I'm appreciative of all my subscribers. She has a Diddy VIP, Anquinette Brown. I've already put you on the exclusive email list for your subscription. I appreciate your subscription, and I appreciate everybody subscribing and everybody who's just listening. Everybody a part of this community, whether you subscribe it or not. We are all a community, and we in this together. We've been riding with this Diddy and covering this Diddy case since October together. And now we're only a few weeks or less away from a verdict. And I will be going to New York next, like in about 10 days, 11 days. I'm trying to see when the prosecution is finished, kind of get a timing of things, because I may be able to go out there and just stay all the way until the verdict. That would be best case scenario. I'm going to be there when the verdict is ready either way. But it looks like we're not far away. So I appreciate it. And y'all, make sure, just to remind y'all, please email support@buzzsprout.com and let them know how you feel about the Flow Show, and let them know how you feel about them holding y'all money that y'all supporting me with for no reason. Like I said, I'm a more than fair guy. If there was a legitimate reason, I would not be complaining. I wouldn't even be mentioning it. But it was really a company overstepping their boundaries and doing way too much for no reason. And it just was not right. And so I would appreciate it if my listeners would let them know, my subscribers, especially my subscribers, because you actually are the ones subscribing, and this is an issue with the subscribers. Let them know how you feel about that, and just let them know how much the show means to you, because it really, I'm telling y'all, if it wasn't for my closeness and how much I appreciate y'all for all the support, and I know y'all didn't have nothing to do with it, but I was about to change up some shit. I was about to switch and just go directly to Apple and Spotify. But like I said, that was going to be a transition, and then I might end up missing some days. And I was just like, you know what? Let me just count to 10, or actually count to 110, because I was on fire. I don't like that. I work too hard. I stay within the boundaries. I do what I'm supposed to do. I don't do anything outside of the boundaries because I don't want to be fucked with. And like I said, I ain't saying nothing to you that I didn't say to Buzzsprout directly. And let me say, they made it right. They jumped on the phone with me. They did all of that. But I would feel a lot better going forward if my community let them know how y'all feel about the show and about that treatment of holding. I mean, I should have had both. I should have got my payment immediately, but the whole two, and I was being more than patient, because I'm thinking it was just a backlog. Maybe the system was, down a little bit. I did not know they were holding my shit. Talking about a couple subscribers were confused. A couple subscribers were confused, and we talking about damn near a month ago. What is it? yeah, damn near a month ago when we first put all the Diddy to VIP stuff together, and I went to the courthouse and all of that. And me and my subscribers, we eliminated all the confusion immediately. Why? Because I'm easy to anybody subscribing or anybody got a question. Y'all know y'all can hit me up live on YouTube, or you can message me on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook. I'm always available, and I'm always trying to make it right. As always, I love y'all. I will be back live Monday morning at 7:30 a.m. I had something to do this morning, so I had to do it like this. As always, let's get the I'm outs in the chat. Shout out to my usuals. I'm sure C Tuck is in the building. I'm sure Melody is in the building. Angie's in the building. Kobe wants Shinobi in the building. And the whole gang, everybody, Patricia, and everybody else, much love. I love y'all, but I am out.